In my video from last week, I calculated how big my pile of shame for my Death Guard is. It's a little bit of a cheat because it's not my whole pile of shame, because I have some stuff from other armies as well, a lot of stuff. But my Death Guard pile is the biggest by far, so it's 7,355 points. So much. It's more than 3 armies basically. So a normal army is 2,000 points, so yeah. So I made a little bit of a dent, so punched it a little bit and knocked 110 points out of it. So I painted 3 Death Shroud Terminators. I completely finished them and did the bases and everything, so they look cool. And I even magnetized them. I have to paint the magnets black because that gives me anxiety to see the baking soda on the bases. I don't like that at all. So, and I did a new thing that is really interesting because I really struggled to find out how long I'm playing Death Guard. So I think it's for 15 years or longer now. I've painted a lot of Death Guard stuff, but I couldn't really tell how long I'm playing them. So what I started doing now, I hope I will keep that, is writing the date when I finished the miniature, when I completely finished painting the miniature on the base. So I finished yesterday, so it's the 21st of February and 25. So I wish I did that for my other stuff as well, so that I could know when I started or approximately when I finished the first model. Yeah, it's and why am I even playing Death Guard? You know? Honestly, I have an affinity for all of the 4 Chaos Gods and for Chaos Undivided, everything that has spikes, Chaos, all of it, I love it, all of it. I've painted Nurgle stuff, Khorne stuff, Slaanesh stuff, Tzeentch stuff. I have a little bit of everything, but what pushed me over the edge to dedicate myself to Death Guard and to Nurgle stuff, because I have Nurgle demons as well, is painting them. Because I found a really cool painting scheme back in the day. I cannot really recall who originated it, or I don't know. It's so long ago, and it was at the start of when the internet was young and nicer. I don't know. So that pushed me over the edge. So it was a really easy painting scheme. Painted with it was kind of a Death Guard greenish color, and then paint the tubes red, paint the bones this brown, and then wash it, and then highlight it a bit, and then that was it. So I've refined the color scheme over the years, and my basing scheme as well. And I really love my bases. I think they are maybe not as much contrast to the model as I would like nowadays, but to be consistent and have the whole army base the same, I have to just do it in the same way. But yeah, that's just what happens when you play an army for such a long time. I also I use almost basically the same recipe to paint the bases as 15 years ago, but my bases look so much better because I'm so much more practiced, and I know how I have to dry brush it, where I have to apply a little bit more pressure or something on the slate bits. I can show you my bases here. I plan to make a tutorial in the future about them as well. And yeah, I put the same basing like the plants that I put down, those little moss pads and stuff like that are the same on all of my Chaos armies as well. So anything I have, so my Death Guard, my Chaos Demons of Nurgle, and my other Chaos Demons, they have the same bases. And I like the uniformity of all of the models next to each other when they have the same bases. That just looks so much better. To have a basing scheme and a painting scheme for the miniatures, that takes so much like planning pressure out of me, so I can just focus on painting the miniatures, and then I can set up a plan. What colors am I putting on them first? Do I do batch painting? Do I paint 10 miniatures, 5 miniatures, 3 miniatures at the same time? For these 3 I did a kind of batch painting thing, so I painted the metallic colors on all 3 of them at the same time, and then sometimes I did some more on one miniature because there's like this guy has these pustules on the front that I paint yellow, and the others had the two tiny ones. So I did that, and then I did the red, and then I did the green that has just a little bit here. So that was just not necessary to swap it on my painting handle all the time. But yeah, that's the progress I made this week, and I really like the aesthetic of the Death Guard, that they are a massive wall of infantry that are walking into combat. I like some tanks that are like billowing out that smoke as well, but I really like that aesthetic of Mortarion, teaching them to just walk with the bolt gun in hand and just relentlessly shoot and walk while they are attacked from the enemy army, and they just absorb hits and just walk forward almost like a zombie horde. And I really like that idea and that aesthetic, and so I want to paint a lot of infantry and convert a lot of infantry. And I have, how many Death Guard infantry do I have? Like 60 Plague Marines and 30-ish Poxwalkers, but that's not enough. I need more. So what is on my table next? I want to paint a lot of infantry. Those are already built. So I have a big tub of Death Guard infantry that I want to paint. And I also have these two Space Marine Heroes Death Guard, and I want to convert them up mostly. One of the Plague Casters. I hope everything is in there. I'm just I just plan that every model is in there at least once, because it's 6 different Plague Marines and 1 Plague Caster, and it should be 1 Plague Marine is in there twice because it's 8, and then 1 Plague Caster and everything of the other miniatures. And I want to convert them up, and 1 Plague Caster I have stock on when I have to convert. So this will be the next projects. So painting at least, I don't know, can I paint 10 Plague Marines in a week? Maybe I'll try. I will try. And I'm maybe converting some of these guys up next and painting them. Yeah, that's the plan. And yeah, there's so much more to do. It's insane. I really had a phase where I was just converting up Death Guard stuff like infantry and like some Terminators as well. And I have painted a little bit, but then I moved, and then I stopped painting for a while because I broke that flow of building and painting. Yeah, and now I'm really getting back into it, so it's a lot of fun. And looking at the finished model is just so nice. You just see all of the mistakes you made. It's just, I don't know. It's fun. It's fun to look at the finished models. Yeah. I think there's and then you see all the mistakes and you want to correct some of them. There's a little bit of a grass tuft that's hanging loose up here. That is a little bit of a shorter video this time, but I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one, and do all of the YouTube stuff, subscribe and whatever, like, I don't care.